Metaverse with artists to a book that is a bestseller to many things that have not been seen yet on the NFT ecosystem. So, because the roundtable, we have some Spanish speaker, and I think also there are some Spanish speaker in the audience. I will be asking the question in English, but if the answer is in Spanish, you can feel comfortable to do it, and I will translate to English, okay? So, to start with, and this is really my coup de cœur, comme on dit en français, it's Mayte Spinola. So first of all, maybe give an applause to Mayte because she really deserves that. Mayte Spinola is one of the best artists in the world now. It is a person that started her career by just working with Miro, right? And Miro, which is, as you know, is the Gran Maestro, Spanish Maestro, inspired her all her career. She's a philanthropist. She has been running museums and creating museums around the world. She has a network of museums where she's showcasing art. She has been helping young artists to enter into the market. And she has been with us a pioneer on NFT. I met her in Miami during Art Basel. And she knew everything about NFT. And I was so surprised because I thought that she was only a traditional artist. And she then started to explain me what she was doing on NFT with the help of Pedro Sandoval. And her NFT was actually showcased in the Times Square in the NASDAQ tower, which created a huge amount of attention to her. So her NFT is actually now in the WISe.ART platform. And I would like to ask Mayte, with all the background that you have in your entire career, what is your advice for young people that they are entering into art, and how you think young people can benefit from this amazing experience that you have and this vision of the industry moving from traditional art to digital art to the metaverse? You can answer me in Spanish.
Thank you so much. My English is very bad. I continue in Spanish. Thank you. Well, a la juventud, a todos los jóvenes que empiezan o que están allá en el camino, yo les diría que no busquen el dinero, que no busquen el éxito. Lo que tienen que hacer es lo que ellos mismos sientan, buscarse a sí mismos dentro del camino que han elegido del arte y, por supuesto, hacerlo con la máxima ilusión, con el máximo cariño y con mucho esfuerzo y mucho trabajo. Así se llega siempre, pero eso en el arte y en todo en la vida.
So what she says is that, her advice to give to the young people is to be passionate about art, to not necessarily follow the money at the beginning. It is all about your commitment on art, your perseverance, and the fact that you have to feel in love with art to break through. The rest will come automatically.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayte. Be a big applause to Mayte, please, because she's really deserves that. So anyway, we will open later the floor to discuss among ourselves. I would like to maybe give the floor now to a very important project that WiseKey has launched, both with Sandoval and also with Emilio. Emilio represents the Casa de Alba, which is a royal family. Casa is one of the most prestigious foundations in Spain. He has an amazing collection of art that goes from Goya to the Cartas de Colombo. And they have a museum where you can visit in Madrid, which is amazing, full of pieces of art. And they also started to realize about the NFT and the metaverse. And we did together the Carta de Colón, which is the letter of Colón when he discovered America. And he will tell you this story. I don't know if you want to do it in English or again in Spanish, whatever you prefer. Whatever. I think you are good English.
I will try in English, but I will use Spanish too. Well, first of all, it's a pleasure to hear with all of you. And thank you very much to Carlos and WiseKey to invite us for this amazing project. House of Alba, because maybe some of you don't know, House of Alba is one of the more important families in Spain, in Europe maybe too. We have 500 years of history, and from the first Duke of Alba until now, the actual Duke of Alba is the 19th Duke of Alba. this family was promoting the art, was making everything in the art and in all the kind of art. Then the next adventure for us was try to jump to the metaverse. And we were thinking with Pedro and with Carlos and with the people, Carlos Moreno too, what was the best way to open this new adventure. And for that, we decided go to this next screen with Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus is the discoverer, the more important discoverer for us in the world. Was the person who discovered the new world. And for us, that is open a new world in the metaverse. That's for that we try to advance or to introduce House of Alba with Carlos and with Pedro with this NFT. But I want to tell you about just 1 minute to tell you about why we have these letters in our patrimony, in our foundation. It's the only 21 letters that we have in private property in the world. We have these 21 letters, and we have the first map that is one person draw of the new world. We have the map that Christopher Colon drew in a piece of paper of the Spinola island. You know, the Spinola is Dominicana, Republic Dominican. And the second Duke of Alba was get married with one of the grandson of Christopher Columbus, and then for that, these 21 letters arrived to our house, and this map too. When the actual Duke arrived to the House of Alba, was the actual Duke after his mother died 10 years ago, more or less. He decided to open the art, open the House of Alba to the citizens, to the people, to everybody. We have different palaces in Spain. We have the principal is the Lidia Palace is in Madrid, but we have another palace in Seville, all of you know, Dueñas, and in Salamanca too. And we have several palaces in other points of Spain, but this is the three more important palaces that we have. And it's in Lidia, where we have these 21 letters of Christopher Columbus, and where we have the map, and we have, like Carlos told us before, we have Goya's painting, we have Tiziano's, Rubens, Velázquez, and we have a different document of the Spanish history. We have, for example, the will of Fernando el Católico, was one of the principal kings that we have in our history. Then for us, it's a really, really special to go to the metaverse with our art, because our Duke, obviously, all the foundation, understand that is the next step for the art. And we always promote the art in all the ways. And in this case, we want to try to open this new world with Christopher Columbus. Maybe after that, it depends of my artist. Maybe after that, we will make a NFT of Goya or NFT of the map of tapestry. I don't know. We are really humble. We really, because for us it's a absolute, it's a new world for us. And We will do everything really slow, really safe, and obviously with the best company that we can find, YC and Pedro. Then, well, it's a pleasure to stay here with all of you, and thank you for inviting us, and thank you for listening our exposition to this new adventure that we have. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So just to document this amazing bridge between what we call tradition, museums, masterpieces of history into the NFT. Obviously, you cannot just make a picture of the letter and put it on the NFT, although it has huge value because the original letter was valued by Christie's by $100 million. So this is where the artist aspect comes into consideration by creating a masterpiece, which is what you're going to see now. And I'm going to let Pedro Sandoval to document his masterpiece. So Pedro Sandoval is an amazing artist, Spanish and Venezuelan. He's considered one of the top NFTs artists in the world. He's a new dimension, a new category in terms of what he can do and how he can exploit all the potential facets of an NFT. And Pedro has put his knowledge, art, innovation, and creativity to the service of the Casa de Alba. So the video is yours. Explain the NFT, the longest NFT in the history. Can you run it?
Bueno, buenas noches. Primero quería dar las gracias a Emilio, a Carlo, a WiseKey, por darme la oportunidad de crear esta maravillosa pieza escrita por Cristóbal Colón, la primera carta que le envía a la reina Isabel.
So I would like to thank everybody, WiseKey, for Casa de Alba for the attention, for the first letter that was writing to
Disfruten del NFT.
So in that NFT, he's mixing history with fantasy, and he's adding few dimensions that makes the NFT totally integration. So now he's creating animals that never existed, or maybe they existed, but they were exterminated, which are animals. Each of them is actually an NFT itself. The animals are then going into a virtual metaverse where they're going to be acting. So this is him on the, this is symbolized Pedro itself as a young child, right? Inside the metaverse, hosting Colombo.
Ahí le doy a Colombo una carta con los chamanes mágicos para que evite la maldición de Neptuno.
So now he's going to bring him to the boat to neutralize the Neptuno maldition. With curse, which was due to the fact that they visit these unexplored waters. So this is Colombo writing the letter, and those fantasy animals and sea figures are all part of the NFT. A virtual reality edition of this is prepared so you can navigate inside the universe. What is important here, each element, each figure is being minted in the blockchain so they can continue having their own life, not only on this video or this NFT illustration, but by themselves. So all that creativity comes from the mind of this amazing person, Pedro. So he's continuously creating. He doesn't stop to think, and he can bring history to a dimension where young kids now can learn what happened with Colón. They would like to be inside the motion, they will never read a book or they will never bother to go to the museum, but this will activate their curiosity. So this is the queen, right? When she received the letter.
Use de modelo a la reina actual.
So he used the face of Leticia, the current king of Spain. So that was Colombo returning. Actually, he returned to Lisbon because he needed money, right? Yeah. So he's creating a metaverse new generation of ship, which is the one that he, in the Colombo imagination, he would like to have in order to go faster back to America. And this is the letter. So that letter, NFT, is actually equal to the original letter with $100 million valuation from Christie's. That letter is minted now in the blockchain, and this letter will go around the world in museums and governments that they would like to cover the story, and they can team with the Casa de Alba in order to display this history and learn more from Christoph Colombo. So big applause. Okay, so let's continue. This is only the beginning. So I would like to introduce now Juan Antonio March Pujol, president of the foundation Onuart. So this is a foundation of the United Nations on art in Geneva, and he has an amazing project, and also he wrote an amazing book that I would like him to brief us about it. We are going to be in July, we're going to be present in the United Nations in a very amazing room, which was created by a Spanish actor. You will explain in a minute. And that room will host one of the top opera singers in the world. And we're going to be issuing the first NFT of a song. So we are also now minting songs. And I'll let you explain the project in detail. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Carlos, for giving me the possibility to be here with such amazing audience. Well, my few words are a little bit relating to the metaverse and also to the NFTs. Everything starts with the idea that we are now on the edge of a new world based on the great capacity of each individual, you know. Nature has already shown us with the fingerprints that diversity is absolute in this world. So the nature has been able to do 7.5 billion of combinations only in 1 inch of the finger to show that everyone is different. So imagine what is the capacity with the brain. Every brain can produce totally different things. So the key thing is to go to the new century where creativity is absolute in the human beings. So I wrote a book that was Momentum with the idea to encourage our new generation to go to this mantra. We need to go over the world based on states to the world that unblock the talent of each one. So the key world is what we call the one humanity world. And the reality is inspiring the metaverse. But the key thing is that the metaverse should inspire the reality. So our idea is that maybe we can create with Carlos, through Momentum, the new world where we should move. As it has been said before, a no is not an acceptable answer to our ambitions. What I say that? Because we have two areas. The area where everything is changing through artificial intelligence, but at the same time, all these great improvements in everything, in changing the situation of the oceans, in changing mobility, is totally fragile if we don't have a new global political architecture. And in the book, Momentum, it works in these two different edges. How it is moving in each chapter of our life, mobility, communication, financing, medicine, etc. And at the same time, how we have to create the new political order. And the new political order has to go beyond the states. It has to go having the individual as the center. One can say, well, this is very, is a dream, is impossible. I say, no, we have already a clear case in the Constitution of the United States. This Constitution was created in 1787, only for 3 million people in a small part of the United States, with a very consistent and, let's say, identical group of people, mainly Anglo-Saxons. This constitution has expanded to regulate the life of 330 million, so 100 times more. It has gone from a tiny part to a very big part, from a very small group to every kind of group, people from Africa, from Asia, Latinos, etc., and from an agricultural society to industrial, to technological, etc. So if we created a frame in the 18th century that has survived and regulated the life, we can very well create today the new global political structure, and Momentum is the book that's going to show that this is possible. But inside Momentum, it is said that art plays a very important role in the life of the individuals. And we think that is the moment that the creativity of the individuals will be shown in the NFTs. So we created in the United Nations, we think, the most important work of art, that was the art of Miquel Barceló in the Dome of the Human Rights. We are now going to create on the 14th of July the work more plastic and visual that exists these days, that is the work of Rafik Anadol, that will be open in the United Nations on the 14th of July. And we think that what will be created in the United Nations should be transformed in NFTs through WiseKey. So I invite you to be with us on the 14th of July and to follow very closely what we are going to try to do with Momentum. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So again, another dimension, mixing art, the United Nations, Kaufman, opera singer, a project to create a new paradigm in the global governance. So this is the new economy where things are getting together to create a new paradigm. So I would like to, maintaining the United Nations approach, we have here the professor and dean of UPeace, which is in University for Peace in Costa Rica. Juan Carlos, I met him in Colombia in a illicit trade, very serious, very complicated roundtable that we run on illicit trade, because illicit trade, especially in Colombia, I can imagine going to speak about illicit trade and corruption in Colombia and without bodyguards. But we did it, and he has an amazing project I would like you to describe. So basically, he's a fighter for peace, and he has an international organization. He runs an international organization. In plus of that, he lives in an amazing, his university is an amazing protected area, which I would like also you to explain. Juan Carlos, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Carlos. Thank you for the invitation. I represent the University for Peace. The University for Peace is a UN body. It's a university created by the General Assembly 40 years ago with the purpose to train people in peace. As you can see, we are not very successful, I'm afraid, with the situation that we see today. And we want to increase our impact. We want to get, more and more constituencies. And I have a wonderful conversation with Carlos in Colombia, and with the idea that we need to open new spaces. As was presented on the previous panel, the idea how we attract this young generation of people, these people who are, hacking the account of the professors. We need to open a space for legitimacy. And if the United Nations has a body, has an institution that trains in peace, that is on the metaverse, and open the space, we believe that we will transmit our message of peace, and we will take further. So the idea, I will follow the advice of the Casa de Alba, 19 generations. We want to go slowly because also, as we discussed earlier, the United Nations goes always slow. But the idea is that we want to incorporate everything that we have. First of all, the university, the main campus is a wonderful property that was donated by the government of Costa Rica. It's the last primary forest of the Central Valley of San Jose, 300 hectares that we don't use it, actually, we just protect it. We use it around 20 hectares. And we want to take our message and what we represent on the world, our campus, that is a completely virgin campus with nature, and the message is composed basically on two big ideas. The conflict starts on the mind of the people, and we need to work in the mind of the people to construct peace. And if we want peace, we need to work for peace. And these are the messages we want to take into the NFT. Thank you very much again, Carlos, for this.
Thank you, Juan Carlos, and welcome to Davos. I know that you came all the way from Costa Rica to Davos. This is your first Davos, but I'm sure I will bring you back again in January, and we need to continue working on this project, because if something is important in our day, is peace. And having a university that teaches peace is actually a breakthrough, and I congratulate you for that. So we're going to move more now to the regulatory aspects of all this. And we have an amazing lawyer with us, Mark Hawkes, which runs the Hassan International firm. He's one of the major partners there. And Hassan International firm has been behind the success of Gibraltar to become one of the hubs on the Metaverse. Gibraltar economy is, as you know, cryptocurrencies, blockchain, and it has managed to become one of the references in the world where multinationals, bank, cryptocurrency companies move to Gibraltar because their jurisdiction is so well adapted. So I'll let you explain the miracle in Gibraltar and the projects that you're doing there.
Well, thank you. For a minute, I thought you were going to ask me about my credentials in art, which are very dodgy indeed, but we'll come on to those in a minute. First of all, I'll just correct a small correction. I'm the COO of Hassans International Law Firm, but I'm a financial person by background, so I run and administer and try and manage lawyers. Anybody who's a lawyer will know that's a very difficult task. It's like herding cats. But in terms of Gibraltar and its credentials, Gibraltar, early on, with the advent of blockchain and cryptocurrencies, saw an opportunity, together with some other jurisdictions, to regulate a sector, to have proper money laundering standards, investor protection standards, etc., to protect the blockchain investors in blockchain industries. Yeah, so we introduced a regulatory framework around about 2018, where companies who really wanted to be regulated as opposed to the free-for-all, which cryptocurrency in some cases. Remember the ICOs of 2017, 18, where people were raising money for nothing in the end. Yeah. So we have about 20 companies regulated in the crypto space. One of them, Zappo Bank, for example, which is founded by the foundation that was the biggest holder of Bitcoin at one stage. They had about 2 billion Bitcoin in them, and there is a link there to art because of our strength in the blockchain industry. We have a very sophisticated regulatory framework there. We attract offshoots from the crypto world, yeah, from the cryptocurrency world. And one of them, a year ago, was a group of Spaniards, who loosely were involved in the art world and represented artists, traditional artists, who said, hey, there's something going on in the NFT world. There's lots of easy money to be made there, but we don't know what to do about it, yeah? First of all, money's not easy, just for the record. So we embarked on an event which we had the very fortunate to have WISe.ART advise and help us on. We had what we think is the first substantial physical exhibition of NFT, of crypto art in NFT form in Gibraltar in the beautiful premises of Zappo Bank. The first brick in the building we held it was in the year 700. So the thought of having something which is cutting edge art in something that is grounded on the solidity of something built in the 700s was very appealing. So it's a beautiful, beautiful place. A small place, only about 100 meters by 20 across. But what's incredible about this world is for such a small venue, we had 400, 500, 600 people visit us during the 3 days. the global media attention has been stunning. Social media has meant we've reached hundreds of thousands, if not a million people through the event. And the follow-on from Gibraltar, for those of you who do not know, Gibraltar is actually, even though we call ourselves a nation, is tinier than Davos. It's absolutely tiny. But the event has been so successful that we now have a request from Madrid, the city of Madrid, to hold a new event in October there with one of the biggest media groups as the organizer. We did the first one very much with startup mentality, mind every penny, every euro we spend. The next one promises to be grander in an even more iconic Madrid building with real substantial backing. Yeah, but it all comes, I'll come back to your first question, to the regulatory framework we enjoy in Gibraltar, and something I think that needs to come into the NFT marketplaces or whatever, because we can, not only from a management of the money and money laundering and standards on wallets, etc., but also from all the things that I know you're passionate about, which is the cybersecurity angles. I mean, without mentioning names, but you can read platforms where millions just disappear overnight, etc. That's clearly not a way of creating the sustainable future going forward. The other thing that's very interesting is I've seen, if you like, the NFT market provides the confluence of two very different types of people. One is artists, art lovers, art investors, and the other one is crypto-friendly financiers who are coming into this world and starting to see crypto art as a new asset class. Yeah, slowly but surely. So even though the NFT market is no secret, has taken a bit of a battering in the last few months, just like cryptocurrencies have, and we're very, very excited about the future. We think this is the beginning of something very big and special. Yeah?
Thank you very much, Mark. That's great. Thank you. A big applause. Actually, I was so convinced about Gibraltar potential that we actually created WiseKey Gibraltar. So this is a new addition to the ecosystem, and we are actually promoting a project between Spain and Gibraltar to create a center of the fourth industrial revolution connecting La Linea and Gibraltar, which I think is an area of future. And not only that, is the area where I come from. I born there, so I am very close to this place of the world.
And I noticed, or you pointed out, you could see Gibraltar through the window
exactly
of your WISe.ART metaverse.
Exactly. So you see
it's so small you can see the whole of Gibraltar, by the way. That wasn't a piece of Gibraltar.
Exactly. So we are already embedding Gibraltar on the metaverse. So thank you, Mark. You have been amazing. I was in Gibraltar, and I know the work that you are doing. And WISe.ART helped the crypto art event in Gibraltar, but this is going to go so many other places.
We're looking forward to having you in Madrid.
And we should next year, when we come back to Davos, just give an update of all the things we are doing together.
Thank you.
So it is very impolite to leave a lady, the last one to speak, but I did it for a reason, because she's going to also help me to give the awards, the NFT awards to everybody. But I also have the honor to introduce Maripia. Maripia is an amazing blockchain expert. She really is a coder. So she knows inside out. She's also very strong on regulatory aspects. She has been helping governments around the world in developing their policies. And she's also going to join the WiseKey board in June. So it is a pleasure to have you. Maripia, the floor is yours.
Well, Carlos, thank you for the invitation. It's the second time to be part of a panel and here in Davos. And I'm very honored to be with this panel. First of all, I want to tell you that it's the first time I feel a little bit intimidated, because you all have been doing great things in your different fields. And about the topic, it's going to be a wrap-up. I have been mainly lately be much more concentrated in general on green finance and the convergence on green finance and crypto assets and data from several angles. But what is interesting is that the last, I would say, month, you can see that NFT is not just used for art. It's also converging with sustainability, actually with tokenization of ecological services like plastic waste processes. And also I want to mention that WiseKey, Carlos and Gunter have been also pioneer on this, because in 2019, I think, they launched a project on tokenization of plastic waste of the oceans. So even when the word NFT was not a part of Google's top trends. So, and this is converging. Today you can find entrepreneurs working on the tokenization of plastic waste, for instance, and combine this NFT to when they sold the art piece on a marketplace. So then you can trade sustainability, what is great. And also what has been much more amazing is that the new world that Christopher Columbus discovered, Latin America, is also exploring using NFT for ecological service flows, but with institutions like banks issuing these kind of NFTs and in 2 layers, so each kind of biodiversity has a different token. And this is very, very important because as an economist that is not with us, Bernard Lettre, that was from Belgium, for a long time he used to, he's considered the father of the euro, okay? And he always thought it was needed to have different kind of layers of monetary system because they have different time frames. And they are complementary. They don't compete if you make a very good design. And today, seeing countries in Latin America, I'm Chilean, that are in Latin America that are exploring using NFT in this 2-layer model, it really drives me in honor. And what I want to say also has to do with regulation. It's key, because if we want to foster innovation, especially financial innovation, that is key for every single activity in the economy, but also in society, you need to have a clear framework. And for instance, you have Switzerland that has an amazing framework for crypto assets in general, DLT, but also is pushing on innovation for green finance. And as you know, so here you have Crypto Valley. So probably there's a lot of projects and probably using NFTs that are going to come from here and from countries like Latin America, where you have the support of governments. We are in a moment in time that things are changing. Even if a central bank issue a CDBC, it completely affects the whole financial system. So we are all learning, and in this learning, we need cooperation. Not just, we cannot do this in a closed room. We need to involve different stakeholders so we all learn and understand the risks and opportunities, and we can support each other to find the best design of monetary systems in general, because I'm telling you, monetary system affects production systems, and that affects the society. And this is going to be key. And I'm very honored. I want to also say that here, the lady that I have, it's an amazing lady, because, imagine we are a panel, yes, very diverse from topics, but, there's a problem with crypto in general, and it's a generational problem. Not everyone gets to understand and get involved. So the fact that Mayte, that was a pioneer, in her age, in painting, now she got involved in NFTs. This is very inspiring, not just for the young generations, also for all generations, because they also have, opportunities in this space. So you're very, very inspiring.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I know that there's one question there. We're going to try to make it very brief because like that everybody can go to have fun. It's not fair that only one group of people are having fun. So just few questions and then we're going to give the words and then we're going to join everybody else. Please.
Thank you so much, Carlos. I'm Johanna, I'm a cross-pollinator and I'm delighted because I also work at the intersection between policy making, corporate world and arts and culture. My question is, well, one question and I also want to offer you something. I wonder how do your practices are connecting with communities and social causes? That's the question to whoever wants to answer. And also, I'm delighted because I'm here particularly to bring more of the humanities in the conversation. I say technology is very important, and for as much as we create that social progress, we're also losing more contact with the humanities directly, in the sense that as we're becoming more digitalized and digital literate, we're becoming more human illiterate. So I've just launched yesterday a project to reestablish handwriting. That's one thing. And here with me in this first trip, it's the equivalent of the Minister of Culture from the UK to the world. He's the Global Arts Director of the British Council, and they just won the Venice Biennale Golden Lion. His name is Eskinder. So we're very happy to collaborate and speak further. Thank you.
That's great and welcome, by the way, absolutely, that's welcome. Now, I mean, maybe on the social impact, you know, WiseKey, I was in the UN and that was my obsession from day one, from 15 years, is to provide a global inclusion. When I was told that the digital divide, I hated that word, digital divide, the fact that you're already saying that, you are creating the division, right? When you are developing an internet and the web that only a very small amount of people can benefit, that's obviously not fair. But that's why the entire mission of WiseKey has been from already 23 years, has been to decentralize the power center from identity on the platform to the individual, unleash the potential of the individual. Human being has an amazing potential, but has not been unleashed because the tools have been controlled by a minority, which has made an economy which is a $10 trillion economy and has excluded everybody else. But before it was a wishful thinking because we didn't have the technology tools to achieve that. Now decentralization, blockchain, ledgers, NFT, cryptocurrency is actually a new tool that we can use with our creativity. But one thing I advise, it's no point to complain. We have to do it. We're going to have 2 years, very bad years. The next 2 years are going to be difficult years. But there are going to be the years where we can create startups, we can create innovation, where we can create value. And I encourage you, especially with your young generation, to do so. So now, we're going to be moving to the closing. So first of all, hands to all the participants because they have been great. And I have here, it looks like the Oscars, right? But it is actually very heavy, you know, but it's amazing. And this is being designed by this amazing artist, which is Pedro Sandoval. And we wanted to make the point during the Davos event, like we do in the Oscars or what we're doing in Cannes, in Nice for the music event, for the festival film event, is to give an award. We call that the NFT award. This is the first time this is happening in Davos. And we're going to repeat that in all the events of WiseKey as we move forward. So we're going to be rewarding artists, we're going to be rewarding designers, cryptographers, entrepreneurs, politicians, United Nations officials, and they are contributing to this amazing revolution. So here are the awards. I will just maybe give one by one, and you can help me, or I can have my staff help me. They're very heavy. If you can give me two also, Gunter. So first of all, I'm going to give to mon coup de cœur, as you say in French, this amazing lady that is an example for all of us. So Mayte, the first award is yours. Okay. And I don't know if you guys are going to take pictures of each award, so we have a souvenir of each of them.
Quiero agradecer inmensamente a Carlos, Pedro, muchísimas gracias, querido, mi hijo en el arte, Rocío, por acompañarme, mi hija, por supuesto al equipo de Davos, Pía, millones de gracias, Monseñor, muchísimas gracias. y que Dios os bendiga a todos. Gracias.
Thank you very much, Mayte. It's really a pleasure. So, in the same order, I will want to give that to this amazing artist. Okay, he deserves. He's the driver. He's the creative force behind all this, which is Pedro Sandoval. So Pedro, I know that he has many awards, and this one is special because it's a familiar award, and he has done an amazing work to really explain what the metaverse is going to be. In 10 years' time, when you're going to see back again this work, you're going to say, well, is that not so normal? But you have to start to do it. So his creation of bringing artists to the metaverse is so amazing. Imagine 5 years ago, somebody will tell you that an artist is going to influence a technology company. Now it is the case. So congratulations for your amazing award. And they're taking picture. Yeah. So let's go back again, order by order. Maybe you can take this, I don't need. So now the Christophe Colomb Casa de Alba. I mean, this is an amazing project. Thanks for the confidence. It was not easy to convince a secular house, as it is Casa de Alba, to enter into the metaverse. We had endless discussions, and they grasped the idea very fast. And they actually are pioneering on that. You are maybe the only first organization that is doing this. So the world is watching you. We have to make it very successful because this is the benchmark. But I congratulate you for the vision as well. Thank you very much. Okay, more awards. So I'm going to go to peace, which is very important. So Juan Carlos, again, I am so glad that you managed to come. He came all the way from Costa Rica just for tonight, right? So he's working with us in many projects, very serious project like the fight against illicit trade, which is a $2 trillion problem on the internet. We have been participating in several conferences. We have been, I am also member of the PMI Impact, which is a group that fights illicit trade, and he has been also very much involved in that activity. So I'd like to reward you with that award and congratulate you for your work. We need people with peace. Yeah, Gunther, where's Gunther? Hey, Gunther. So Gunther Pauli, you got his message. He's really a pioneer, an inspiration. He's inspiring young people. In plus of that, something he didn't tell you, he writes the historic fabule for small children in China. He's one of the best seller in Chinese young kids. Then they buy their books and they learn their principles and inspire themselves. So you are contributing really so much for that, and you deserve that. So your award is yours. Thank you, sir. For sure. Okay, so we have more awards. So, Monsignor Lucio, where are you? Yes. So this is the first time I give an award to a Monsignor. And I don't know why. You know, the fact that you're already here. And you are bringing the vision of the church, and you are blessing all of us is inspirational for us. And that will remind you of this group of people that one day trying to make a better world, and you deserve that as being part of it.
That is just an invitation to work for the happiness for the men.
Totally. And this refers to victory, to world, to wise, whatever you want to say, but it is a symbol for the world. Thank you. C'est bon? Is that okay? No, but we're going to finish. We're going to finish. So, Mark, this award is for you. Coming with me. So, Mark, again, he's a low-profile person, but a high-duty doer. So, he was inspirational. Yeah, exactly. He's a doer. And he's inspirational because his drive is to bring this digital economy to the next milestone, which is the fourth industrial revolution. And we count with you to do a lot of work together. So, Mark, that's okay. All the best. And this is Maripia. So you are also a member of the award. Maripia is not an artist, but she's a digital artist in her heart, and she's a connector. I think the best quality of Maria Pia is to connect everybody into something that can be achieved. So congratulations for the award. That's yours. And then Juan. I'm sure the work that we're going to do in the United Nations is going to be inspirational. We have to prepare well. And I think it's going to be something that could be a breakthrough. So look forward to work with you on that as well.
With your creativity, we'll go very far.
Thank you. So thank you, everybody, for your attention. It was a great event. I have been talking since 7 o'clock this morning. This is maybe my 10th, so I'm going to have a drink now. But it was an amazing event. It's all being broadcasted. And we're going to take a picture with all the awardees and their trophies. And then we're going to have a drink.